I now need to file a ticket or what. I won't bother. I don't know. Sucks that we disconnected, but it's just too much of a burden to go through the process. And they cannot refund your rank. That sucks. But since the stream was fine, it was definitely on the server side. Kinda tempted to just take that, but... Or one of these two. I love the angel. Too bad I didn't take Sammy. I should probably just be taking Sammy's. Because Boros is always there. And Sammy is such a busted card. I love the angel. And maybe I should take it. But Relic fits better with Mekon. And it's really between these two, I think. I don't like Relic and blue-white. Shepherd is a better card, I think. This is really good. I don't like these cards that much. They're fine. I'll just go with the bolt, see where we go. So Angel can find that. We could do some Celestia. If you have Samis, maybe you play that. I don't know. Okay, so blue is cut as always. I really like Scrapper in red-blue. Sentry is good in black. Sweeper is really good in any white deck. No, that card is terrible. Ooh, that's late. But nobody... do people value Cryo Shatter high? I think it's like one of the best removals. Like there's also a Pollinator, which fits with this really well. Okay, that's insane. Best common, pick 7. People still haven't caught up. There's nothing here. Literally nothing. I might play this in Boros sometimes, but it's still a terrible card. Well, Boros it is. Safe spot. Comfy spot. I like that card. We need to go cheaper. Way cheaper. This is too expensive. We needed to go all the way around to arrive here. To be fair, there could be like a Celestia pile with this on the splash. Big Boros, yeah. We can go cheaper. Sammy is just bad in expensive decks. Like you want it to get you wanna get a token when it drops into play. And then you win. Like you just win if you get a token on turn 4. Which is not that easy. That's why like it's a challenge to build Boros. No, Sammy is completely crazy. You need to build around it, but it's a stupid card. Nice, let's go. Meccan, I really like this Inquisitor more than these two, but maybe Meccan is also a good choice. But since we have a Shepard, I mean, Meccan is really good with Sammy, that's one thing, and with Trooper. But 1-drops just win in this format. I mean, you do have the sweepers and stuff. I think Lightsmith is just a little too expensive. I do like it as well, but these are just more important. Okay. Let's go. What is going on? We're completely open. Also, just this ship is so good because in Boros, you really are looking for cheaper ships than Sammy. So you can go sweeper into Sammy. Like you can have basically a ship before you play Sammy. That's the key. So sweepers are actually really premium in Boros. No, we have picked a Mechan. I want one torpedo in every Boros deck, but it might go... We might wheel it. But it is our first big removal. I mean, the drone is fine. Not great either, but torpedoes go really late. But yeah, this deck would definitely want a torpedo. We have a gunship. We have sweeper. Like, gunship counts the artifacts. That's why. but it usually really comes around. I like this card when you have powerful must-answer threats. Okay. What are you? Exile target creature with power 1, toughness 1 or less. Counter target sorcery, create a 1/1. But you need Eldrazi mana. Eldrazi mana. Huh. I want the second Sammy, but I don't need the third one. What? It wheeled? It wheeled. We still need a removal though. So, kinda close. This card I like. You want 1-drops for enhancers, and then it's actively good because you can go 1/2 into enhancer. And I'll probably play it, well, I often like that card as well, but don't need it that badly because we have 2 ships already. But this card is really good in Boros as your top end card. I'd rather play a Torpedo than the Dragon, like even the second one here. But if we get other removal, I'll replace Torpedo. This card is also really good, but it is a removal, but probably wheels. Because we can put it on these, we can put it here, we can... Now on Torpedo it's bad, here it's okay. There's another Angel, but land is free. Too many choices. Too many decisions. Is Pengu good? Pengu is not terrible. I think I like it more than... Well, Drone is also okay. Both are artifacts for Gunship. Pengu you can grow with Sammy sometimes. Well, that land is also great. I don't think we can afford 2 colorless lands, and I think Starforge is better in this deck either way. Usually I like this blade, but we probably don't need it. We do have some ways to go white, like Luminary goes white, Sammy goes white, Shepherd Sorda goes white because it grabs another creature. I think we need that Bombard, even though it's one of the worst removals in the set. Don't need a third Torpedo, don't need a third Scrapper. Don't have anything to sack. Well, we have 1 Scrapper, but that's inconsistent. Nice. I did, yeah, I did. I had a trophy Ragdos that was really good, but I had Zealots and all, like multiple sack, ways to sack. Counter, but that's it. Well, this gives you counters. This card has been surprisingly good, actually. I think I'll play it. We're borderline there. Then we probably have to add this drone or security. Don't need another Scrapper. It's just so hard to fit a trick in because you need ships, you need removal. You need a little bit of everything. The thing is, what the security does, it can tap your own Sammy down. 24. I like that. I like this. And I like Bolt. Huh, probably I'd rather have systems than Bolt. Probably still 17. Well, I guess Shepherd can find lands. Actually like that card. No, we definitely play 17. We have that. Could cut one of these two. Bolt is so good with Luminaries, but system can protect our Sammys. I'm not sure if it's better than Bolt here. Counter, counter, that's it. Well, counter here, Encha play, so we have like 4 thingies for that. Hard light? What's a hard light? Well, it's any artifact, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This looks fine. Yeah, but I mean, it's a 1 mana removal. Has to have a downside. I should have maybe played the security, man. We have so many of these, like, tap 2 creatures down. And it's a 1 drop, which also adds up. Just to have more creatures so you can tap them down. I think I should play the security. Opponent didn't like countering that. Huh, that's some next level. Not countering this is so dangerous. Okay, okay. This is the most efficient play. Oh, wow, that helps. Yeah, they gotta tap that down. I mean, that makes sense. So in that sense, now it doesn't help, but okay. still a fine turn, or a fine non-turn for opponent. I can just attack, but I can draw. We need a target first. I would say here because it dodges. No, I guess here maybe makes it more relevant. Spreads it out. I wanted it here, but you cannot. You need a target first when ability is on stack. Eight mana. Oh, opponent, come on. Now we're in trouble. But I mean, what are you gonna do? It doesn't even deal with that. Maybe I should have, but the 1/1 is kinda whatever. See what they do. Kinda like trading if they're gonna jam that out. Which I assume they will. Okay, Angel gives us... Do we still have a 1-drop? We don't. Doesn't give us anything. 1 land. Yikes. It's only one card that really decided this game. Okay, that's pretty decent. Exile target creature an opponent controls. Well, these, we lose to that because it doesn't exile equipment. Spacecrafts. What? And our hands are good. Like, I cannot complain. We're drawing really well. One drop, 4-1 or 1-1. Or that. Or don't want a land. I can take that. I'll just block. Well, that's a really good card. We can deal what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. So most of the stuff that comes in, if it's a creature we deal with, even if it's pumped. Okay. Wish we had a seam rip for the ship. Sure. Okay, but that means they go to 8 life. Which I think it's lethal. Which makes it lethal. Well, we need to, yeah. I mean, now it's definitely lethal. We're facing really good deck quality. And this has been weird because playing that time is like, I think the pots are softer, you're getting better decks around this time. But also your opponents will have better decks because you're getting paired versus your same rank. So I think I prefer playing in the morning, honestly. It's easier to outplay somebody. But you do have worse decks in the morning. Still, but if I like lower deck quality rather than powerful cards because I think the skill matters more if there's less quality. The game slowed down a little bit. This was pretty hostile. We needed to have everything because they had the game would go like it would go out of hand next turn. Okay, we need to scry. We need to scry, but probably still Mechan first. Just need to not drop mono lands before we drop that. Rafa Levy, what is up? How was your stream? How are you doing? Opponent is mana screwed, which is not necessarily great for us because our hand is bad. This is a process. You don't like the set? I quite enjoy it, honestly, but yeah. I don't like these mana floods, though. Today. 3, 4, 5. Need one more. We don't have a removal, that's good, but it's not efficient. I think there was OTJ today, though. You could have drafted that. Okay, okay. This was a little bit lucky because our hand didn't get together. Okay, but now we got a huge jump, so... it's a little bit weird. I don't know like how this MMR works. It feels like Arena just does its thing. Are you guys excited for the Spider-Man or non-Spider-Man for Arena? Not the Spider-Man. Because it's gonna be a different draft. I don't know how they're gonna implement that in Arena. Is it gonna be normal 8 people? But it should be 4 players, take 2 cards, right? Or something like that. I'm kind of excited to draft a new format. I'm not really liking the superhero team, honestly, but I like new concepts. Yeah, 4 players. I think that's fun, like something new, like why not? Like we're having the same old format for 25 years or more. Give me new concepts. I don't hate that. Cause like they're gonna go back to 8-mans, right? Like why not have like a season of something funky and wild? That's how I'm thinking about that. No, it's not a 4 archetype set, it's a 4 people's. Like there's gonna be 4 players in the pot. You take 2 picks or something like that. Probably this is better because this gets blocked unless they play a 1-2 either way. And if it doesn't get blocked, we play it, get a counter. Still attack with these 2. It does hit for more. That probably doesn't come true. So, the issue is, like, I guess I don't mind. I can draw, but then I don't have the mana for that. That's my problem for next turn. But it's pretty good to taboo down. And there's a chance they have a little breaking, which makes this horrible. I don't know. But we have to then commit to cracking that. Ooh, Sammy. That's sick. Where do I put it? This is the best versus the board. This also matches that. Mono Kavus. We don't have good ways to tap creatures down other than just using the counter. Could attack with these two. And then we have Sammy plus a tap. We lose the Chaplain, but we get a 2-2. That's not that bad. I can go for the tap, but then I get only one attack in, right? Just imagine having the, what's the card? Sure Strike. Maybe I need to play display in this deck. How good would it be in this on this board? Crazy. 5 mana. Okay, okay. Okay. Can I send all the small creatures in? I can draw a card first. Let's see what we get. Wait, what happens if I attack with Sammy as well? So if I attack with Sammy, they block Sammy. Block this, they take 9. But we don't get a token. Because this way we trade 7 damage for 1 creature. Not that bad. Since we get 1 creature back. Oh wait, wait, what about this guy? What happened there? Sure. Crazy how insane Sam is in this format. But I mean, this opponent did help a little bit there. Just a little bit. But look at the quality of decks around these hours. Like, people just get into softer pots, I think, than in the morning. Like, everybody has multiple of these mechans, and our deck looks a little bit better than on average in the morning as well. So we need a 1 mana spell, which doesn't exist, right? Yeah, they missed a free block. Which would still, like, if they had nothing, it would still be lethal from our side, but... Yeah, I think when there's more players online, there's just gonna be more randoms in a pot. And it doesn't necessarily affect... You still get paired versus your own rank, sorta. But the pods get softer because they're more casuals in. So it feels like more people get... The top players get better quality around these hours. But I think that actually makes the skill less impactful, if that makes sense. You'd rather have both players have lower quality decks and play the longer game. But this is just... I'm just like going by feeling here. I might be wrong, but I do get the feeling that like people like you play versus better quality, but the pot you also get better quality around these hours, so probably evens up. Maybe in some formats that's better though for ranking up. I don't want to get a scrapper killed here, but it dies, it dies. Focus Fire is still an impactful card. It is a little bit awkward because of that. See what's in their hand. Nothing. No, they have the bomb and they have mono removal apparently, which maybe I should have gone that, but this is just more impactful. But yeah, if it's mono removal, that's awkward. This would be more value. Where is this mono removal? What do we even do here? I guess we go for max value. Because we still add 2-1 to the board, crack the lander. I could like ignore the lander, but... Feels like we're not adding that much less to the board here. Oh wow, that's insane. But you could make an argument that cracking the lander was unnecessary. Cheap artifact wouldn't be bad, no. Well, that's an expensive artifact, but it's a pretty good draw. A pretty good draw. Oh, my neighbors are going crazy outside. Chris, what's up, what's up? I gotta close the window, there's too much noise. Do we play a land? Do we need a land? 3, 4, 5. Need a land, yeah. Yeah, there's a filter on, but it bothers me. Chris, thank you for the raid. How was your stream? How are you doing? Wait, what happened? Oh, mono removal happened. I'm gonna do it still. It's good to get value out of this ship. You trophied O3 with double Archive Trap and Cruel Ultimatum. Wait, that's OTJ, yeah? Maybe I should try some OTJ for a change. Even though I always felt the format a little bit random. Okay. We're back. We are back. I kind of liked it as a stipulation draft and whenever we were in lower ranks, though. There's some funky cards and the archetypes are not that bad. But yeah, like everything gets into good stuff territory pretty quick because of the quality. Mull. Okay, this hand needs to still get there. That's a start. Dude, whenever somebody plays a Might, it's usually the best deck on the planet. Like, otherwise you're not playing a Might. But you play it in the best decks in the format. What are you gonna do? Just draw better. Maybe I needed to keep this ship. Now I regret it over that drone. But, I mean, it also did not draw lands. Okay, double might though. Opponent is gonna slam Ouroborrow it. Like, why would you? I mean, even with Ouroborrow it, you don't need mites, but that's a good draw. Oh, I messed up. I should have played it first. Because then I could put it on a 1-1. I could attack with that one. Now, if they block both, I don't want to put it here. But okay. This hand can beat mono removal though. I'll just make a 2-2. It's more mana efficient. And then we'll sneak this in whenever we get something else. This land is so good. And opponent seems like they are on mono removal. Which is really good for us. Gets a land. Gets a scrapper, wouldn't be that bad. I can just play it out, get a land, but we lose the value, so... I guess we play... Okay. I mean, maybe land, but I can fetch a land next turn. I can wait with the land, with activating the land, so I can do... this... get a 1-drop, which is in this case the scrapper. And then we still have both warped. And we can fetch the 5th land to activate the land later. Easy. A lot of like kinda decisions, like what's more effective, what's more efficient. And then managing value and managing tempo. But now they don't have good blocks. Like it just feels like they completely... like we can completely ignore removal. Okay, oh, wrong target. Puff, puff, puff. You go. They are on mono removal. Mono removal and mites. But one luminary beats mono removal already, because it's like a 3-for-1 if you try to tackle the the 1-for-1s like that. I think it's dangerous to play more than like 5 to 6 removal spells in this format, because when you think about it, warp is value. All of these commons have ETBs, so you're basically trading 1 card for 1.5 card. But you need removal, obviously, because you need to deal with stuff. Like ships are value. So it's really important to, I think, not get baited into removal is a good card, I need to play as many as possible. Your deck will actively be bad. These hands are so reliant on ships, but on the play this might be actually pretty sick. Depends if they have a 2-drop or not, or removal. Well, here we go. That. I guess there's some awkwardness that we don't have double white, but okay. Yeah, really awkward. Could just slam that 3-2. I could play Chaplain and sack a land just for a counter. Is that crazy? This early? We still are at 4 mana next turn. But that's the most value we got. I think I kinda like the idea. It's awkward if they go for the Mechan kill, but they always want to deal with the Chaplain, right? This dodges the pressure, right? But they will Banishing Light it, and we want it here. Because we gave away quite a lot for this play, so... yeah, but it's fine, we don't really need that much mana. Okay, that's fine. It's hard to manage resources here because everything is white. Like, I mean, this is the obvious play, but then what? It's fine. I think I'm just sending this in. I don't want to give them a free lander. A free land crack. This is better. Oh, I don't have enough. There has to be that. It's not really that bad. I mean, it is bad, but I have that and that still. We haven't really added anything to the board, so nothing changes from last turn. And they would have played it if they had it, right? I'm a little bit scared that I only know how to draft Boros in this format. I'm like 75 now with this draft with Boros, 75% with Boros. Quote unquote the worst archetype. You just take bad cards and you got a trophy. Yeah, it's funny because I think the Boros in this format is so specific. It wants the cards that are not good in other decks. Like for instance, a Saw Ship is a good in Boros. Torpedo is good in Boros. Sweeper is good in Boros. There's just like those cards like actually you actively want in Boros, while other decks don't want them. But it's hard to flip that mentality because now I feel like I'm prioritizing cards that are bad, but I also like it's exploitable because nobody else is like wants Boros. Okay, this is serviceable. We get lands anyhow, but Sweeper and then Crew. And now probably Pangolin and then Sweeper for more value, for max value. Okay, I can get that plus Shepherd in next turn. That's pretty sick. The other order, but yeah. Oh wow, a chum block. Time walk for a land. Well, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, I see. I don't want to give them that, but it's so much more efficient to play these two. I'll just go for the board presence. I know this is the highest target, but it does feel the best on the board because they get a 2-1 back. Thanks. Man, there's nothing is efficient if I, but doesn't matter. I think I still. Okay, that's really good. That's really good. Blue is just not open anymore for me. I also had decent result with Dimir early in the format, but it feels like people just put relics in decks that also shouldn't play too many relics. Just because the stat is so high on it, and it will, I mean, maybe it will drop a little bit now that, because I don't think like relic is a default inclusion into like blue-white sometimes, or sometimes, I mean, in blue-green it's usually good. In every other archetype is good, just blue-white sometimes doesn't want it. But people would do stuff like, I don't know, 4 relics, and that just doesn't, like, it's not a deck. Gotta deal with that. Because this way they lose value since they just jumped. That's a card. Mechan has been really insane for me every time I had a red-black deck. Is there a way to have lethal here? If I attack, I'll deal with that. If I deal with that, very calm, but don't really have, well, technically just swing everything, use that. Or in this case, if they don't block with that. Here's now a question, do I want to discard a bolt? Because it might be better. I can also just play that out and just not discard it. That's also fine. Since we know it deals with something. Okay. 4 mana, do nothing. I swear I always get this card. Like, I don't know why it goes so late. Like, I can always get it passed. I didn't even consider playing that card. Maybe it would be good, but all these like 3 mana 2/3 and the black one also feels so bad because 3 mana 2/3 is not a stat. Like, that's a non-card almost for 3 mana. Even if it has an ability that might matter. No, I think that those decks are always good. I can show you how like I like my Boros decks to look. And they all look the same. And they always trophy. Like, they look like this deck. And they always trophy. The same deck, literally. Like, Gunship, okay, we had a captain this plan. It was a little bit more resilient of a deck, I think. But the same deck, like Torpedo. Every deck has one Torpedo, few bolts, one big removal, that's it. Like, I kind of have a pattern how I build them, and that's it. Like, this is the same. Like, okay, instead of the Gunship. But it didn't have... this had two Chaplains. But we didn't have a legendary, but doesn't matter. Like, you just want to tap them down. Like, Boros doesn't need much. This is a little bit different, but this was earlier. I'm not even high on Lightsmith anymore. It's too clunky. You just want to have efficiency here, not here. That's the reality. You get value with the synergy. I don't know, people build it too expensive, or I don't know what others are doing. It was never bad for me. Like, and so it's hard to say.